Alright, what is up there guys, this is Cobb, and in this here video I want to talk about what I'm going to go ahead and call, for all intents and purposes, the alt problem in Legion. Now, Legion is a fucking awesome expansion. You might be able to tell that that is my point of view based on the stupendous amount of videos that have been going up over the past few weeks, over the past month and a half actually, since Legion launched. Ton of videos coming out. It's been a blast. Ability pruning went a bit too far. There were some kind of obvious shortcomings to the expansion, you know, going into Legion. But all in all, awesome expansion. It's only been up until the past couple of weeks that I've heard people talking about some of the expansion shortcomings. Some people feeling burnt out. It's a key word that a lot of people are throwing around. A lot of people are feeling burnt out. A lot of people are starting to feel a lack of motivation, starting to feel bored with the day-to-day business of being a dude who plays WoW Legion. Now, before I start to talk about some of the things that I think, for me at least, are causing problems, particularly to do with alting characters, because that's the thing I really like to do. I want to talk about what World of Warcraft is for me as a player, right? What do I do when I actually play World of Warcraft? I don't raid, I don't do mythics, not interested, alright? I've never raided, I've never done, you know, mythic dungeons actively or any of that kind of snot, you know, since I started playing all the way back in the Burning Crusade, and I've always just PvP'd. I've arenaed on the side, I've focused on Battlegrounds, I've enjoyed world PvP. If there's such a thing as a hardcore casual PvPer, then that is me, alright? I play a lot of fucking World of Warcraft, but I don't hit arenas very hard, you know? Casual, or rather hardcore casual PvPer. Now, in previous expansions, and this is important, in previous expansions, what has this meant for me, right? So this isn't in Legion. Imagine that we're just in a different expansion right now. I know it's hard. We're surrounded by fellness and all that kind of shit. It's reminding you of the Legion, isn't it? Well, maybe I'll just change the color of this in editing or something. Just imagine that we're in Cataclysm or something, alright? This is lava now, okay? Okay, so we're in Cataclysm right now. I ding a character to max level, usually Cobrak right here. And I proceed to just PvP. I play arenas, I play Battlegrounds, I play arenas like on a weekly basis for the gear. Right now in Legion that means acquiring the chests here. You get a chest for 3v3, you get a chest for 2v2. Ignore the ratings. I haven't played that much really. I suppose I have. Fuck it, whatever. I basically do my weekly PvP stuff. Level the max level, acquire gear, level another character when I start to get bored. Key thing there. Miss Pandaria, I had 3 level 90 warlocks. Cataclysm, I had, fucking hell, I must have had like 11 or 12 level 85 guys. I level a lot of characters, and the main reason for that is, when I start to run out of stuff to do, or I start to plateau a little bit on my main character, being Cobb, I just log on to other characters, and I enjoy the gearing process on those as well, you know. I'll freshly level a mage 4 months into the expansion or something, and I'll just enjoy, you know, dipping around as Arcane or Fire or whatever in Battlegrounds. Just fucking around basically, acquiring honor gear as I go. Maybe playing some, you know, troll mode 3v3s, 2v2s, whatever. Hardcore casual PvP right here. And as I say, I've enjoyed the game this way since the Burning Crusade. Since, I mean, every single expansion in the game's history, I've been able to enjoy the game this way. And it's been fucking awesome. Now, what does alting actually mean in Legion? Alright, let's take a little bit of a step back. In Legion, the process is quite similar, but with a few extra hurdles, right? In Legion, with your main character, you have to level to max level. Fair enough, right? You level to max level. Then you basically have to complete, or rather get honored, or is it friendly? You have to quest in every single Legion zone, right? To unlock the world quests, which are pretty fucking important, actually. To your character's progression. It provides just easy, free starter gear, you know, garrison resources, that kind of shit, you know. Fairly important to do the world quests, and also keep on doing the emissary quests as well, as you can see here down in the bottom left. Have to do that shit. What's next? Suramar. So much artifact power comes from the Suramar questions, and they're needed for attunements and shit if you're interested in doing, you know, the Suramar dungeons and that kind of stuff. The Suramar reputation. Suramar is just important. You gotta do Suramar. Once you've done Suramar, what am I forgetting? That's another one, The Class Order Hall campaign. The Class Order Hall campaign. Wouldn't have too much of a problem with this one if it was all doable in a day of just no life hammering out the campaign. But it's not. You need to do 5 unique class order hall missions with your followers that have like a 24-hour duration, if I'm remembering this correctly, and only one of them can pop at a time. So that means it takes you at least 5 days to do your class order hall campaign, right? It might even be longer than that. I might be forgetting some stages to the order hall campaigns, but I know that it takes at least like a week, basically. And that, again, is a mandatory thing that you basically have to do because it unlocks your 3rd relic slot, right? It unlocks your 3rd relic slot, and your character isn't really, truly max level until you get that 3rd relic slot. So you have to do all these things, and some of these are getting fixed in patch 7.1, and that is important, and we'll talk about that in just a sec. But you have to do all of these things before you can even just start focusing on acquiring gear for your character, right? So in a previous expansion, you ding max level and start doing whatever you want to do. PvP, PvE, whatever, to start acquiring gear. In this expansion, you have this plethora of things that you have to do, you know, on top of the normal leveling and the gearing. And even the gearing with all the RNG and stuff, that's triggering a lot of people as well. I don't mind that so much. It's not my biggest fucking concern, you know. I think artifact power right now is more of a pain in the ass to me than that, to be honest. Anyway, getting to the root of the complaint that I'm actually getting at here. In Legion, I go through my weekly cycle of doing stuff, right? Play some arena, play some battlegrounds, wait for the Wednesday reset. And that's fine to do, and it has been fine to do every single expansion until now, okay? Because now, I finished doing that shit on Cobb, and I just do not want to play any of the characters. You know that shit? For a multitude of reasons, and I'm going to go into those now. First of all, we've already sort of covered it quite in depth, I feel. If I wanted to start playing like a fucking Shadow Priest ult right now, which is a class that I was quite excited to try out this expansion, I would not only have to level it, I'd have to go through, until patch 7.1, I'd have to go through the Suramar questions, I'd have to unlock the world quests again, I'd have to RNG-edly gear that character again, I'd have to go through the class order hall campaign, and that's just the beginning, really. Only then can I start enjoying that ult. I mean, and the saddest part about that is while I'm leveling that character and while I'm doing all these things, like, okay, I will get the Shadow Priest to work, you know, so I'm going through Suramar, I'm doing the world quest, all that kind of shit. I also have to make sure to keep up on this character. I have to keep up on my main at all times, okay? And that just feels fucking horrible, because there are constant emissary quests coming in. I need to make sure that I'm getting my chests every week. And if I'm not doing world quests every day on this character, to progress my artifact power peg tree, I feel like I'm wasting my time a little bit. If that makes sense. Every second that I spend playing an ult, I'm just thinking, this could be time that I'm spending actually progressing my main character, you know? It's not like I've exhausted everything there is to do for this week on my main character, and now I'm playing my ult because, you know, I just want to kill some time. No, it's... I'm sacrificing my main character's progression to play this ult character. Something about that that I don't so much like. But I mean, to cut to the heart of the issue, having a fucking ult in Legion to me just feels ridiculously painful. It feels like an actual painful experience, and it feels like you're nerfing your main character to have an ult. You're sacrificing a portion of your main character strength in order to have an ult. And that just kind of sucks because ulting for me was like one of the best things ever. Like I say, I used to have so many fucking ults. And now I sort of feel like I'm locked into this character. And artifact power plays into that just a little bit. And I'm going to talk about that as well in just a sec. But I sort of feel like I'm locked into this character because it would be such a huge time commitment to get all my shit together on a different character. You know, level it up, do all of the mandatory shit to get that character ready to go. That it just, I can't even fuck that, basically, you know? Now, in patch 7.1, I think that Suramar rep is going to be account-wide. I might have heard that incorrectly. I sort of heard that on the grapevine. Maybe Suramar rep is going to be account-wide, or maybe it's just the dungeon attunements are going to be account-wide, or something like that. Also, world quests. the attunement for world quests, being friendly with each of the Shattered Isles zones, that requirement is also account-wide now, so once I've done it on Cobb, I ding a fresh level 110 character, I can just go straight to Khadgar and get my world quest Flight Master's Whistle, and all that kind of shit, you know, so that's good, but 7.1 feels like a long, long way away, and there's still the issue of artifact power, right? So artifact power is a big, big fucking issue, and this kind of ties into the whole feeling locked down to one character, which, you know, at first I could sort of see the cool side of it, but now that we're like a month and a half into the expansion, it's starting to wear a little bit thin, alright? Artifact power, okay, it's sort of progression beyond progression, right? You ding max level, you unlock the 3rd relic slot through the auto hull question, your artifact's all ready to go, you know, start farming up some artifact power. Doesn't feel rewarding anymore for me. Does anybody else feel that having to spend 82,000 artifact power on an intensely minor trait or perk just doesn't feel rewarding? Like, it takes fucking literally days, if not weeks, to unlock some of these perks later on in the tree. And I'm not farming a stupendous amount of artifact power, like, I've just sort of given up on it now. Maybe some other people feel like that as well. I've just sort of given up. Like, I just don't really bother doing the world quests anymore for the artifact power. I just do the emissary ones for the chest, and that's it, really. Not that I'm ever going to get a legendary anyway. What a lovely bit of RNG that is. It just doesn't feel that rewarding anymore. Now, to top it all off, I'm locked into the spec now. I'm locked into Destro. I have Ulathesh in my bag somewhere. Look at it. Look at how pathetic it is, man. Now, granted, I could catch up a little bit more quickly on this weapon now because, you know, I do have, I am gaining artifact power a lot more quickly now because I'm keeping up with the research notes and all that kind of stuff. But my other characters, who aren't level 110 yet, are fucked. You know what I mean? Not only is it extremely cumbersome for me to change spec because all of the artifact power is funneled into one weapon and thus one spec, but your old characters are just completely left in the dust, right? I mean, the idea is that you level an old character to 110, or you just level it to a point where you can start accessing the research notes and all that kind of shit, right? Is that 110? I think you have to be 110 to start accessing the artifact research notes. And you keep that spamming, you keep that, like, ticking over, you know, on that character. So if you ever decide to change class or change spec, or, like, if I wanted to reroll Hunter right now, as long as I've been keeping up with the research notes, I should be able to catch up fairly quickly. But a lot of my characters are still level... Hell, I still have 90 characters. I still have, like, a lot of characters at level 100. Are those just doomed? Are those just fucked? Because I've been so slow, like, getting on board with this whole research note train. Is that it now? Because it feels like that. It feels like those characters are just left in the dust and I'm just not going to touch them ever again. And that fix as well, you know, of just keep on spamming the research notes on your old characters even if you're not playing them, so you can catch up a little bit easier if you do want to start playing them. That's a little bit shitty as well, because that shit costs all the resources. That means you've still got to get your ass out there and do the world quests, which still means that you need to get to max level and get attuned for the world quests. You know what I'm saying? So you still have to sink like a bunch of time into these fucking characters, right? And I don't know, for me, some easy fixes that they could do. World quests and their world quest attunement should just be account wide. That's coming in 7.1 apparently. I don't know why it wasn't here in launch. Artifact power. Why does it just have like 50% of all artifact power you spend also transfers to your other weapons on that character as well, you know? So my Ulathesh would have half the artifact power of my fucking Scepter of Sargeras, you know? Why didn't they just do that shit? You know, so then if I wanted to play some Affliction, which I like to do every now and again, believe it or not, like to just dabble around in Affliction every now and again, I could actually do that shit and not feel so locked down, you know? I mostly play Destro anyway, that's usually because I'm just stubborn as all fuck, right? I'll just stick with Destruction Spec no matter what, but at least that was my choice. Now I just feel like I'm being pinned down with a fucking gun to my head. And that I really have no choice, and I'm putting myself at a huge disadvantage if I decide that I want to play a little bit of Affliction in Arena, for example. That shit sucks. Same thing with old characters. Why are research notes not just account-wide? You know what I'm saying? Why... My current level of research on Cobb, what level is it? Can I check from here? Does it say if I mouse over this? Yeah, there we go. Artifact knowledge level 8. Increases artifact power gains by 500%. Why is that not just fucking account-wide? I really don't understand why that isn't just account-wide. That would help with the ulting problem so fucking much, because that's all I want, really, right? I want ults in my game again. And it's took me a while to realize that shit, but I'm at a point now where, I mean, I'm slaving away with Destro. I'm waiting for patch 7.1 because things are going to improve with patch 7.1, I know. But I'm at a point where I'm doing all of my weekly shit. I get both of my chests. I do my emissary quests every day. And then I just kind of sit here doing nothing because I just don't have it in me to... I mean, I'm fine to level another character, you know. I'm fine to gear up another character. I can even stomach, like, doing the Suramai quest chains again. I could even stomach that shit. Because, you know, the artifact power is nice. But I just feel like the fucking class order hole campaign requirement and unlocking the well quests for the time being and shit like doing all of that stuff all over again, because it's the same stuff that you've already done, right? Don't forget I leveled a Death Knight and a Hunter as well, both level 110. I got as far as like halfway through the Suramai quest chain on my Death Knight. I unlocked well quests on both of them. But alas, here we are a month and a half in, and I've abandoned both of those characters. Because I just feel like keeping up to date on Cob and keeping the artifact power coming in should be my priority. And doing the emissary quests on Cob should be my priority. You know what I'm saying? It feels like we're just juggling too much grindy shit, and it just feels too repetitive to do it on multiple characters. Even if you ding those characters to max level like 110, really early in the expansion like I did with my Hunter and my Death Knight, I just left them both in the dust to rot because I can't stand the feeling of just constantly feeling like I'm chasing artifact power, like I'm chasing everyone else to catch up on these characters. And no matter how much artifact power I farm, I will never fucking catch up on those characters. That's a really shitty feeling. So like I say, maybe patch 7.1 is going to fix the Suramai situation a little bit. Maybe it's going to help the world quest situation a little bit. I still think doing all like emissary quests every fucking day on like 3 characters, as well as trying to keep all the artifact power coming in on all of those characters. Oh my god, man, that must be such a fucking huge pain in the ass. I just feel like there's too much grindy, repetitive shit to do. And it's burning me out, alright? It's burning me out. Because now I feel like I'm tied down to this character. I'm only playing this character. I don't have ults to fall back on when I'm having like a shitty day. I just want to play a Mongo character and have a laugh. I feel like I literally just can't fucking do that. And it's burning me the hell out. You see how many videos we've been putting out. The editing of the montage as well. Man, that shit really took it out of me. You guys really enjoyed the montage, and I'm so happy that you all did, you know. But fuck. Christ, man, am I feeling exhausted with WoW right now? I'm thinking there's probably not going to be a video the day after this one goes up. I'm just going to take a day away from the game. Just to chill and just kill some time until patch 7.1, you know, gets that one step closer. Because, I don't know, I'm hoping that patch 7.1 is going to fix things a little bit and hopefully make the game just a little bit more ult-friendly. And fuck it, that's my thoughts on the whole situation. Some of the drawbacks of Legion, some things that are getting me down a little bit. Ults, man. Ults, I miss them. I miss all my other characters, you know what I'm saying? I'm so sad. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I've heard, you know, it's been like a kind of rising tide kind of thing. People have been getting slowly more and more disheveled with certain things to do with the expansion, to do with Legion. It went from being like the best expansion ever. Some of the cracks have started to show. Still a great expansion, but there are issues with it, and I think that a lot of people are starting to spot them a little bit as time goes on. Let me know what you think. For now, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to catch all you guys. Remember, you can support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and checking out our Patreon page, which is always linked below in the description. So cheers again, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Going! Oh my god, the numbers, 940k. AMS? What fucking AMS, dude? I didn't even see an AMS come up right there.